Hi everyone, here's the review of this Ridingtoo RT1 walkie-talkie for cyclists. This is quite interesting device actually. Comes in this box. Okay, and there are two boxes. It comes with two walkie-talkies. So, hold on. Okay, there are two boxes inside. They're both the same. Inside is a manual, one sheet manual, and if I'm being honest, you can pretty much ignore this. It's very badly written, but what you can do is go onto their YouTube website, which is also Ridingtoo, and it has all of the instructions in a short 3-minute video, so you can actually set it up. You can read through this, but it's actually more confusing than it is helpful. But anyway, that's it for the negatives. The rest is actually pretty positive. So inside the box you get these two pouches with belt loops. Okay, here we open them up. Okay, and they're both the same except that one is yellow and one is blue. So let's just look at one for the moment. So in there you have this control unit, the actual walkie-talkie itself. You have a USB cable which is used for charging it, and there's a little flap here that you can pull out and just charge it up. You get a single piece headphone with a built-in mic. Okay, that just plugs in to here. You also get this, and this is a remote control. The idea is that you can actually strap it around your finger when you're riding, and you can press that to actually talk on the walkie-talkie. So you don't have to actually pick it up to press the button, but more on that in a minute. You got two rubber O-rings which are to mount on a bike. You got a little carabiner hook for the unit, and you also got this mount for mounting onto a bike bar handle. So let's just go through the basics. Little clip here, like so. You can stick the carabiner on, so you can secure that on you, onto a belt loop or whatever. To actually connect this to the bike, but this is the bike mount. So if you imagine that this is the handlebar on your bike, you would click this on top, and you would just push this there, and it will wrap around the bike handlebar, and it will hold it in place like so. This would be connected to this, and you would just twist and it will lock in place, and it's actually pretty secure once it's locked. So the only way it will come off if you turn it 90 degrees and pull the whole thing off. So that's the mounting system. And you get two O-rings in case you lose one, I guess. Now for the operation. You got these two buttons here, which is volume control. You got a power button, and you got this little sun button, which they call the function key. It's got a little sun button, but it doesn't actually set up it doesn't actually light up the display, which is a little bit confusing. But to be honest, once you actually get used to it, you're not going to even look at these if you know how to use it off by heart. And this is the press to talk button. So let's start it up. We press the on button. Okay, it starts flashing. And you can select the channels, I think. Hold on. And actually, no. To use it, you set up the other one and you press to talk. And as you talk, it will transmit to any other walkie-talkie on this device. So whoever's on this channel. Okay, And you can, like I said, you can change the volume and channel to different channels for reception. Now you've got this device, and the idea is that this will be mounted on one side of the handlebar, and this can be either wrapped around your finger or it can be put next to the actual bike handle. So you can actually press that and this will be in your ear and you can talk without actually fiddling with this device. You can pair this together, and this is where it gets confusing in the actual manual. The instructions aren't very clear how to pair this. So how to pair it, you will actually press that start button. You press the function key a couple of times until it gets to this little icon, which is the remote control icon. You would hold down the function key until you see the word flash. And you can turn this function on or off. You see? So that's off, that's on. Now to pair it to this device, this remote, you have to, oops, hold on, I have to do it again, just timed out. Okay, so wait until it flashes, so hold it for 3 seconds, flashes, then press this button again, and you see this LED, it will flash red and green. At which point you take up the control unit, and there's 3 buttons, but actually the only button that works is this middle one. This one they say for future use, and it actually has no function presently. This one's the reset button, and what you do is use the back of this little pin here. You just press that. Oh. There you go. And then it has a green flash, and that means it's paired to the controller. And when you actually press this one, you can talk and let go, and it just works like a walkie-talkie. And you would do the same thing for the other one, and once that's all set up, you got a working walkie-talkie. That's a very small form factor that can be used pretty much hand-free. You can also pair it to a Bluetooth headset like this one, and to do it is a similar process. I'm pulling this out of here because it took, actually again, it's not in instructions. If you got this connected, the Bluetooth device will not work. So you have to unplug this first. And it's a similar process as pairing in the remote. You turn on your headpiece, okay? You press the function button until it goes to the Bluetooth symbol. And again, you press it down until you see it flash. You press that button here and you see the green and red. And at that point, it will pair it with this. Okay, hold on, I have to get it to go into pairing mode, which could take us a couple of seconds. Okay, so there it goes, ready to pair. Hopefully, after a few seconds, okay, it's not working right now. Oh, there it, pairing completed. Yeah, see, once it's paired, that LED stops flashing, goes green. And now when you actually press this button, you can use your headpiece as the walkie-talkie headpiece. So it's completely wireless then. So you don't even need to have this connected. So it's an interesting device. Could be very useful in the right circumstances. It uses a UHF, and it says it's got a maximum range of 3 miles. Actually, what's on the back? Here we go. Actually, 3 kilometers. It is FRS, so it's a family radio service system, and it's up to 3 kilometers, and it's got 8 hours working time, and it's also IP67, so it's water resistant. You need to remember that this is maximum range to 3 kilometers, and that means open air without any obstructions. So in reality, you'd be lucky to get 1 kilometer in a city environment, or probably even less if there's lots of buildings. But if you're riding together in a group, it's probably just useful for communication about when to stop for a break, I guess. But it's a really It's a really cool device. Instructions definitely need improving, and I think the way that the pairing probably needs a bit more improving as well. But apart from that, I really like it. It's a really cool device. All right, thanks a lot. Bye bye.